signs, that makes me think it's stopped already.
Yeah,
it's not. It's actually going.
Oh, it's telling you if you want to pause, push the thing. So is
exactly.
it to the screen?
Yeah. No, I pushed the button here. I don't think. All right, I'm going to try this again. This is the line to go into the catacombs, and that's the end, circling all the way around the block. There had to be hundreds of people in line to go into the beginning of it, which is right over here. See the people waiting to get in right over there. So it's at least a 3 to 4 hour wait to get in, I'm sure. Unbelievable. And of course, you're never too far from McDonald's.
That is the hotel.
So that is Notre Dame right there, which is right there.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Okay. Louvre to the right of the Notre Dame. That is Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm. Notre Dame's over here.
Okay.
The black spires.
And that's what now?
That's Notre Dame there, and then I think this is the hotel. I don't know what it is. Hotel
with the black spires?
With the black spires is Notre Dame. Or Notre Dame, or whatever we'll call it. Yeah. Home of the Fighting Irish.
Yeah. What a shame that it's raining today.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we get the gold dome over here of this church. I assume that's a church. Maybe a government building?
The large one here?
Yeah, the one.
I think that's the Louvre. It's all part. Don't touch on it. Great outfit.
It's three-dimensional with a skull up at the top.
The other one.
Pizza boxes.
Yeah, see the pizza? You can tell what it is.
Paris at night.
the boulevard we're going to see, we drive on now. There are a few cafes, and these cafes, quite a lot of artists used to come. Modigliani, for example, Suti, both painters. Hemingway used to live in the neighborhood too. They would all gather at some specific cafes that we'll see along the way. Now, Montparnasse is mostly known today for the gastronomy. The particularity of this neighborhood is that you have a lot of crêperie. Do you like serving crepes in this neighborhood? I'll explain in a second how to, how to proceed. So, see, for example, on these ones coming up on the left-hand side by the corner, you have La Rotonde. Facing it, you have Le Dôme. These two cafes are facing one another, are very famous places. You know, these artists used to come there, have a coffee, of course, maybe some other drink to get some inspiration. So now about these crêperies I was talking about, it's really good. It's usually written on the canopy. These restaurants only serving crepes. It's written crêperie on top on the canopy. Now, usually what we do is you have a savory crepe first, right? With ham, cheese and mushrooms, for example, or a mincemeat and tomato sauce and lettuce and a fried egg on top of your hotel. This is how these people from Brittany came along and settled just nearby these drinks. Right, going to make a left and enter the student district. The student district is known as the 5th arrondissement. You know, we have 20 districts in Paris, 20 of them, called arrondissement. Each corner of the street, and you will see there's a blue plaque giving you the name of the street you're on, and just above it you have a number with ARR that follows it, standing for arrondissement. So we have 20, so we're leaving the 14th and we'll enter the 5th. Now that doesn't make a lot of sense, but when you take a look on the map, it does actually. The first arrondissement, the first district of Paris, is located L-shape. That's why you're actually in the 14th and all of a sudden you're in the 5th. It doesn't make much sense, but you'd have to look at the map. On your right, still bears the scar.
Bullet holes from World War II on the side of the building.
And you can see some firemen trucks. They're getting trained somewhere in the gardens of Luxembourg. Xavier, do you mind dropping me off here? No? Can I get dropped off here because the firemen are getting trained, so we maybe, no, they're not here.
Oh, wow.
Shoot. Anyway, so you can take a look at the perspective on the other side. It's quite interesting. On your left, you see the white dome of the Paris Observatory, right? And on your right, the Luxembourg Palace. And this palace right here used to belong to one of our queens. She was called Marie de Medici. She was called Marie de Medici. She was the second wife of a very stinky, smelly king of ours, Henry IV. And basically, well, and I'll talk about Henry IV a bit later on. The stinky king of ours, which was really good as well. He was a good king, but he smelled. Anyway, 70 people buried in the crypt underneath. Only one lady. She's completely unfair, isn't it? Marie Curie, Marie Curie, the scientist. She's the only one in the mounts. Now, not only the facade is beautiful, but the interesting thing about this church is that it's the only church of Paris that still bears what we call a root screen. A root screen is, well, a sculpted wall that used to separate the nave from the chancel back in the Middle Ages. So I'll let you obviously plug the earpiece, switch on the device. Alright, so now I'm going to use only the headsets, so make sure they'll work before we leave the coach.
This one, l'île de la Cité, the city island, and the one behind. You see all these buildings over there, they look very residential. That's another island, it's called l'île Saint-Louis, Saint Louis Island. We have two. The city island is Genesis. And the first shrine ever in Paris the very beginning of our city is here at the city. Now, there were three churches on that island.
Yo,